we're going to go Nightshade map 1, which is interesting. This is actually my favorite map in the current pool by far. I love Nightshade. I can't even describe why. I probably have a bad win rate on it. I just enjoy the movement on this map, and the aesthetic's actually quite cool as well.
It is, yeah, actually, you know, I'm a fan of Maris maps. You know, I liked Disco Bloodbath towards the end. Like I got warmed up to it, and had a really good win. I didn't really super love Winter's Gate, but I had a really good win rate on it. So thank you, Maris.
This is a Maris map, is it?
This is a Maris map. Nightshade is a Maris map. Yep.
Dude, Maris is cool. Got to hang out with Maris at Home Story.
Oh yeah,
the most recent one, and she's just like, you know, chatting her for a bit, and she's like, oh yeah, by the way, she just drops like, oh yeah, I made this map. I'm like, oh really? She's like, and this one. So I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, you made a ton of maps on the ladder. You're awesome.
Yep.
A lot of good ones as well.
And with
Super
Team
cool.
Liquid Map Contest 14 actually around the corner. There's going to be a few more coming, no doubt. Well, we are in the grand finals, guys. To the top left, we have got Bly, the Ukrainian Zerg. And in the bottom right, it is the big boy himself. Korea is parting. This guy's a previous world champion. A lot of people forget that. BWC 2012 was parting the victor. And that was the only one we didn't have a BlizzCon for, I think. We didn't have a BlizzCon that year.
Yeah, that was in China. That was the one which nobody watched because the stream kept cutting out. No, it was
a disaster.
Yeah. Like the old days of Chinese events. I think there's a lot of really great Chinese events these days. Maybe not as consistent as some other places where they're hosted, but back in the day, events in China were almost always an unmitigated disaster.
I am Shanghai 2013 was my first international event as a commentator. And it actually surprisingly went pretty well, apart from like the power going out one time. Other than that, it was good. And it was just the more like we didn't have anyone to protect the stage from just the viewers. So we had like a mosh pit of sweaty, shirtless Chinese boys. And you know, you know what Kalaris is like.
Yes.
It's just me and Claris trying to get to the casting desk, moving through a mosh pit of sweaty dudes with their shirts rolled up under their armpits.
Oh, yeah.
And just getting all kinds of just, you know, residual Shanghai sweat, nice white collared shirts. You sit down and you're just like, oh, God. It's like 45 degrees and humid in Shanghai in July.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's a special time of year to be in Shanghai. China Joy, anytime you're down there.
Yeah.
The local people are like, why would you come here now? Like, they're just like, no. Like, we understand our city is unlivable at this time of year. Like, it is so hot and humid. But let's talk about the game. Zealot and Probe Pool to deal with the hatch. Now, is he going to go for a quick cancel and an Evo? Definitely a cancel. Let's see if he bothers with the Evo. Bly maybe wanting to invest in a bit more denial. I don't think it's worth it at this point. Oh!
No cancel.
What the fudge?
Okay, 300 minerals right there. I mean, I guess the broodlings come out and kill some stuff.
Well, you'd only get 225 back, right? And the thing is, you might even get the Zealot. Oh, he didn't quite micro it just right. And the creep stays, so it's like a 40-second denial. Like, it is a significant amount of time. This is not completely wasteful by any means. This does mess up Parting's build order a little bit.
Well, I gotta say, I'm not a fan of letting the hatchery finish. I think I like the Evo chamber option a little bit more because you get that money back. Like it just feels like you still delay it for the same amount of time, kind of. Like if the broodlings kill the zealot, then I'd be like, yeah, sure, but because it's such a close difference. But yeah, Parting's actually sending more gateway units across the map, including the zealot that was in his wall. He's just gonna put some pressure on Bly here.
I mean, he realizes all the lings are at home right now, and he just needs to stop Bly from droning. Bly doesn't have a third. Bly has no workers on the natural. Bly is in trouble economically, and guess what? You've got adepts, you've got zealots, you've got problems. You can't get a third down in the midst of this pressure, especially if I like to send the zealot to block the third. He is going to send the zealot home now. He's just going for the 2 adept pokes, but that oracle already on the way. I think he had a bit of a supply block, or maybe it was just a little bit slow starting that oracle because he did start the Stargate incredibly early, so I think that could have been out by now. But Nexus on the way, you know, the macro is coming in behind it. And when you see that number of Zerglings and you know that spawning pool's wiggling, I think this is the point where you just go home as Parting in the next few seconds. You can't stay here for too much longer unless the Oracle is ready to guard the Adepts. But who knows? Might hang out for a little bit longer. It just gets very dangerous at this point.
Now, Parting's also been showing that he really loves Resonating Glaive Adepts in this matchup. We're seeing it a lot from Korean Protosses in general, and Lima League happens a lot as well. There's been a ton of PvZs lately, and those Protosses really love their Resonating Glaive Adept attacks. Parting likes to throw in a Prism in the mix as well, just to be super annoying, super aggressive. Oracle kills a couple drones, just pulls out of there. Queen's got the zone off.
I had a week where I was able to survive for a little bit against Parting and give him some like not terrible ZVPs, even though he'd still win every one. And then apparently he coached with Harstem on his stream, and Harstem taught him one of those Glaive Adept builds, and I played him the day after it, and he just... The timing these Adepts were hitting, I did not think it was possible. I was like, but he has an Oracle and a Phoenix out. Like, how are there Adepts in my base with Glaives at like 5 minutes? I don't understand how this is possible. Like, it's insane, man. Those Glaives builds have become so in vogue right now. They're so surprising and powerful. But it is a later Twilight Council this time. Oh, no, Parting, get out of there. Bad choice.
Stasis is a couple of drones there. And loses the Oracle. Got a little bit greedy.
Yeah.
The Adepts also caught in the middle of the map. Sentry's coming out to assist. And denied. You don't have the right shoes to enter this club.
Protoss only. They're a little racist, but you know what?
They come from a different time. Protoss is like, I think they're called the firstborn, so it's like, you know, I think 10,000 years ago, they were the only race, and then now they have to learn tolerance, and it's been a slow process for the Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of history and culture that needs to be slowly changed over time. You know, the Pauline Hanson of Protoss, Rohana, still holds a lot of sway. She's like, those people are dirty. Don't let them near our spear of Idun.
She is the one nation Protoss. Like, Terrans are coming in and they're taking all of our jobs. They're buying up all of our homes. Hardworking Protoss, getting in the Kala, trying to get their jobs done. They want to be phase shifters. Ruling them all, taking everything away from us. As a Protoss, we should never stand for it. One nation for Protoss.
Oh my god. Speaking of one nation for Protoss, I mean, they're getting some good lynching of these drones going on, and just this absolute disgusting harassment. Bly is in trouble right now, man. 32 drones, 31. Oh, that's messed up. That's really messed up.
Yeah, I think this is just going to force an all-in from Bly. We're seeing nothing but units come out of him here. He's not.
Do you think it can work if he tries to defend the third? Right, Parting probably has to pull back to the natural.
I don't see this third nexus being held. Maybe Parting can hold the natural.
I mean, he's way ahead on 2 base, right? So it's just like, just don't overextend. Give up those shield batteries, I think. I mean, if he holds the third, it's disgustingly over, right?
Yeah, it's like super over. And Bly does have that third base. I like that Parting's actually getting a Void Ray right now. I think that's a great idea because he knows Roach Ravager is going to be coming.
Okay, Stalkers. I like the Stalker Warpins, and the Void Ray is not a bad idea, but 2 Queens will beat it, especially since they'll have Transfuse by the time they arrive. Void Ray is just a buying time mechanism for now. Parting's going to build more shield batteries in front of the natural. Yeah, Blink actually is going to be awesome here. Basically, normally you want Zealots, you want Immortals and stuff, but suddenly just having more Sentries, more Force Fields, more Stalkers, it's just more ranged units to mesh with your Sentries. More mechanisms to buy time and to slow down the fight, and just to slow down that Zerg army being able to collapse on your army. It can make a big difference here. Shield Battery's getting blasted there. Void Ray's going to come forward and buy a little bit of time, as we said, forces those Queens to the front. Especially with the Shield Battery, the Void Ray can potentially beat Queens in a fight, but Ravager's great support on the ground. And I don't know if Parting realized just how low this worker count is, but it seems like he's respecting the danger. Just staying on the high ground, making a DT Shrine as well, which is a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, if DTs were here, that'd be amazing, but the Dark Shrine takes, unfortunately, 3 years to complete. So there is a lot of time here for Bly to continue to pressure, and he needs to kill that third for this game to be... Biles the Void Ray. Very nice. The Queen's assisting as well from downtown. Getting the Oracle on the left-hand side. It's just a ground army now for Parting. Nice force fields, but the Biles are here to break them.
Oh, those force fields were not good. Those force fields were not good. Has to use a whole wave just to evacuate out of that nasty position he got in. He's running low on force fields. He's going to warp in some more Stalkers. Blink is done, though. DT Shrine is almost ready. He's going to try to punish Bly for taking out that third. I still think, yeah, if Parting knew just how low Bly was on drones, he would just be more patient. There is no need to move down here just yet. Imperfect information, though, being abused by Bly. He's up on 10 Ravagers of Roach, 27 Zerglings. He realizes that Parting, being as patient as he is not going to be broken just yet, as long as Parting maintains the high ground. So he's going to drone up here, but it's going to take him a long time to catch up, and I think those DTs are probably just going to win the game when they go in. Oh, dude. This is awkward position.
Tis. You know, a few lings running into that natural. Parting's ground army thought about holding. It's like, oh, that's only 3 lings. The probes just drill here, and yeah, it's DT time. He warped into that warp prism up to the north side.
Oh, just out of vision.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
starts to
that's
land
just
now. Has a spore in the main. Has a spore in each base. Queens are in position. I think he realizes. Yeah, Bly seems to realize what's up.
I think he's played knifey spooning before.
Ooh, you can't leave! The Zerglings trapped in a vicious ring. The Protoss throwing bets on which Zergling will survive the longest while the sentries just pummel them. DT's in the main. One of them does go down. He's going to try Violet.
Prism's taking a little bit of a lick in there from the Queens. It's still alive, though, and Parting in true fashion knows how to please a crowd. He's going for the Disruptors here. One of the most crowd-pleasing units in the whole world.
Yeah. Nothing like dropping Trow and placing your balls in your opponent's face. It's a good way to play, and especially against Ravagerling Bane. Like, the Banes, the Ravagers, the Roaches, all big, juicy targets that clump up a lot for those. DT's just picking off 3 drones, picking up and leaving. Stalker's in the middle of the map. He's wishing he had an Observer right now.
Yeah, so much juicy creep.
Yeah, just massaging that creep spread a little bit with his army and realizing, all right, let's wait. Let's wait till I have an Observer out. We'll pull back for now. I know I've got a good economy. 49 probes versus 43 drones. DT's going to get a nice kill on that 4th. Ooh.
Yeah, that DPS.
No
As Spear Dragon likes to say over and over and over again, DTs are actually a pretty decent fighting unit as far as damage goes.
Yep, as long as your opponent can't see them. They are actually powerful.
The point is that even if you do detect them, you have enough, they do damage.
I was actually
mass DTs and somehow wins games.
I mean, something I've been doing more and more is just engaging people who try to defend my DT drop with Zerglings, and I just go, oh no, I can just fight and just pick them up as they get into the orange or red, because you're going to make them into Archons anyway. If they don't have enough Queens underneath to chase off your Prism, like, if those DTs stay in a tight formation, it's like the 3 Musketeers, but it's the 4 DTs, and whenever they get low on life, you just beam them up, Scotty, and turn them into Archons a little bit later. You can sometimes kill like 30 Zerglings with 4 DTs without losing anything, and it's really disgusting when you make that one work. Oh, ambush ball, waiting. It's waiting. Wants to throw a surprise one out. Don't think Bly knows about the Disruptors yet, does he?
I don't think so, no. He hasn't really had anything in the main base. He had some links in the natural.
So clumped. Yeah. He's got it.
Yeah.
When he's seen it now, he's like, oh, run. Ah!
Get back on creep, get back on creep. There's like a whole bunch of slow Banes in here.
This is very frightening right now, man.
The 4th of Bly's been delayed for so long, and Party moved out to take a 4th, but he's not really macroing right now. He's got a lot of money in the bank. His probe's been sitting there for a long time.
Bly's really got a pre-spread. Like, the way he's controlling his army right now has me very worried. He's doing a blob. He's trying to blob it. Blobbing it is not good versus Disruptors. He's got to flank around the right-hand side. He's got to get behind this army. He cannot engage this from only one angle. Oh my god, he's... No, like, no, Bly, don't blob it. It's not going to work. There's no way, man. There's too many force fields.
Yeah, it's force fields today here from Parting. Oh my god. You shall not pass fucking Gandalf over here, dude. No, Baneling made it anywhere near those Protoss units.
He's trying to crack the Baneling Ravager whip, but that is not as scary as a gigantic fire demon from the depths, mate. He's got...
this Balrog. He's just not going to be denied, I don't think.
You got to spread. If you come in at that from 2 or 3 sides, like, Force Field's Disruptor's not that good. This is not an army you can engage one directionally, but Bly's going to go for it again, and oof. Those zoning balls taking out a few Ravagers. All the balls are on cooldown except one right now, but another one comes off cooldown. 2 shots up. A third one comes off cooldown, and oh!
Okay, all right. No massive ball connections just yet. Counter attack from Bly as well. Some probes.
Nice.
Actually killed 10 probes there with those Banelings. Very nice from Bly.
Fortunately, did not have +2. It would have been a lot more than that. Good surprise little run by, but there's a 4th base on the way for Parting, and it's 4 base versus 2 right now. Oh, force field's coming down at the last second. Some lovely... Oh! And there's more Stalkers than there are Ravagers and Lings, man. Hot damn.
Yeah, this is just... I mean, the Blink Stalker is Parting's spirit animal. It is the unit he was meant to be playing. That's why he plays Protoss, because it has that unit. And anytime you get Parting let Parting get enough of those, it feels like he's just won the game.
Ooh.
Good stuff.
Very nice game.
Number 1. Yeah, that started off with a Adept harassment that went amazingly well. Like, I was going to say surprisingly well, but surprising and amazingly well. Like, his Adepts killed a dozen drones or something like that. Oracle did a little bit as well. And then Bly tried to go for a giant counterattack and got the 3rd, and then it ended up becoming a mud wrestle. Good stuff.
some crazy early game as well, right? I'm thinking about it, and I'm going back on it, and I'm thinking, and I'm like, just kind of replaying in my head and trying to digest and go, I think, and here's my theory. So I think Bly said Parting likes to cannon rush, and I kind of want to force him to cannon rush and be over prepared for it. So like usually you hatchbook against Parting, I think he's gonna go a forge there, like very happily, rather than the second gate in the core. And then he'll like build some zealots and pull probes if he has to, but he'll also cannon you on your side of the map. And he's like, oh yeah, let's bring it. But Bly had 2 drones on the low ground, like immediately was like following the probe, blocking where it could put pylons. You could tell he was very much expecting a cannon rush, or at least very respectful of the opportunity. So I feel like he kind of was hoping for that. And I think just Parting calmly being like, oh, no, I'll just make 2 adepts. Oh, you're going to let the hatch finish? Oh, I'll put my Stargate down. I've already got a second gas going. Like, Parting seemed very happy to just go double adept into Stargate before Nexus. And it felt like Bly was almost banking on him trying to cannon rush with the counterattack, or trying to really get the Nexus down. Break it, get the Nexus down. Come on, go get the Nexus down. So, I don't know. I felt like Parting just was comfortable doing what Bly didn't expect. That would be my theory on what went down there. But I'll shoot Bly a message after the series and see if he's willing to give us more info.
Oh, gonna switch over to in-game. I feel like this would be the map that Parting does cannon rush if he's going to, as well as Zen, of course. But this is one of those maps where you can sort of pressure from the right side of the main base, where Bly is in the bottom left here. Bly. It's one of those horrifying areas. Yeah, good old Bly there. In the top right is the guy I'm talking about, Mr. Protoss.
The king of clowns. Do you think clowns are scary, Maynard?
They're certainly not funny. I don't know if I put them on scary. I'm not
I guess like the it clown freaks me out, but like normal clowns not really scary. They're just weird, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're always weird. They're always unsettling. I think I would call a clown unsettling. Not necessarily scary, but not something like, if there was one sitting out at the front of my house right now staring at me, I'd be like, all right, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, I feel that, man. Parting probe scouted last game, didn't he? So he actually did. Parting is infamous on the ladder for not probe scouting. I didn't actually clue onto this because I was playing really dumb on ladder for a long time and not paying attention to my opponents. I think it was, and my regular play, I was just like, I'll just do my build order and I'll never catalog any of my opponent's habits for a long time. And I think it was Scarlet was just like, he never scouts and you can kill him with anything. And I was like, really? Like, yes. He literally never probe scouts on ladder. And I was like, oh. And I like started beating Parting enough to make him probe scout. And I was like, oh. I was like, thank you. And he likes to do this. Like, this one is a post Cybercore, checks for the proxy hatch / trying to drone through the minerals, and only then goes for a really late scout down here. So, I mean, it is core before Nexus, which is unusual for this matchup. Means faster adepts, faster tech. And it's also perfect against Bly, who's going pool first, 6 Zergling pressure into a very quick Roach Warren.
Yeah, that is indeed. Actually, the Ling's going to get a good scout off here. Actually, rather, the Probe's going to get a good scout off here. The Queen's just popped. Roach Warren. Oh, so close to seeing it, but not quite.
Ooh. Yeah, I just checked the vision afterwards. I should have been watching it from the start. Bly, it's probably going to be about 3 Ravagers and just Speedlings is usually what you do. This is a very powerful all-in. I always die to it. Without fail, I always die to this all-in. Or I did for a while. But now, no matter what's happening, I try to make sure I've changed up my opening to always get the Oracles or the DTs out as fast as possible, no matter what I think's happening. Because, 5 whole Roaches? Okay, it's just going to be 1 or 2 Ravagers with this. And this is so all-in. That Adept has a job. That Adept has to be James Bond. It has to find the information of this, otherwise Parting's screwed.
Well, these Lings are getting inside the main of Parting and being very annoying here. This Adept, she sees the Roaches.
Ooh, gets one.
Yeah.
Roaches say hello.
Roaches is a big deal. Yeah.
With a Sentry already building and a Robo finishing, actually, to be fair, this is like the best opening Parting could have against this.
Yeah, he dumps those Chronos into the Robo. Should be okay with an Immortal here.
This is best of 3, right?
Best of 5.
It is best of 5. Okay, let me change that scoreboard. Thank God, because I think we're seeing a 2-0. I don't see Parting falling. There's 2 gates in the front. He hasn't started an Immortal just yet. Spent a bit too much money reinforcing the wall, in my opinion. Yeah. I guess he's saying, hey, that's not going to be ready in time. Let's just get more damage right now. And I think 2 more Stalkers? Stalker and a Sentry, more force fields. Okay, cool.
All right. It is just roaches. The Ravagers are one of the ones that complicate things here.
Yeah. Of course, you can pull back the low hit point roaches as you get, Bly on 45 gas. When we get 75, he can heal a roach by morphing it into a Ravager. He's got to be careful to not overextend with the Zerglings. Notice he's pulling them back so that the sentries and stalkers can't just deal damage for free. He's waiting until the wall's open. But look at that quick pullback from Farting. Yeah, really nicely played. Emergency wall off with the shield battery, but now it's an uncomfortable wall off. An Immortal is almost out. The sentries and stalkers would love to kill the Ravagers, but ooh, they block each other a little bit there. I think one sentry fell. No more force fields left. He gets one up. Oh, he's going to drop it. Does trap a few of those units. And I think with that extra shield battery finishing, should be able to keep all these units alive. Most of the Zerglings are gone. There's still 2 Ravagers and 3 Roaches. He can still maintain pressure for a while. But 23 probes mining this whole time. More pylons, more shield batteries going down. Parting just has to not counterattack. He's got to stay in the choke point so he doesn't get surrounded by Lings. And I love the addition of the Zealots. I mean, he needed to make Zealots because his Cybercore was dead, but they're actually great anti-Zergling units.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're the best one you can hope for, especially considering he wants to... I mean, without the Cybercore, you can't make a Depth, so the Depths is probably the next best thing. Ooh, a couple of Stalkers caught out in the open here. Getting rid of those means those Ravagers are going to have an easier time against this army. Droppings of Biles there, stacked up on those shield batteries. Ooh, so close to going down.
Yeah, so Parting trying to fight further in front now. And look at that, he's trying to move the Stalkers because they're more micro-intensive. Oh, yeah? Oh, that's a very nice choice. Yeah, I would never do that, but Parting is going to be able to save all the units with that really sick micro that he's so known for, his Warp Prism micro.
Yeah, I would just keep making Immortals here. Zerg's starting to crack through the natural here. Some nice force fields from Parting, denying the advance here of those Ravagers, which keep piling down his force fields as well. So catching a few of those Lings. Shield batteries continuously being replenished. Like Big mentioned, Parting is still up 11 workers, so he's got a little bit more of an advantage in that regard. Zerg's super all in here. There is no plan B for Bly. Ooh,
this is nasty, man. Oh, needs a few Adepts would actually be really nice right now. The Zergling count's out of control. Yep, drop in the main base as well, or the run by, sorry, in the main base. Those 2 Zealots are trying to fight, but at the front, the sentries are going to get overwhelmed. I mean, this is so dicey right now. The probes are getting wrecked in the main base. Oh, no. Oh, my God, is Bly actually going to do this? He's just so dogged with his micro. The probes are getting wrecked in the main, and Immortal does pop out there. But he's down to 12 workers now. This is crazy. Oh,
yeah. That worker advantage was pretty much what Parting had going for him here. Like, that was his advantage. Also, the fact that he had shield batteries and whatnot, but they're all depowered except for one, which is out of juice. That mineral income advantage that he had is gone now, thanks to that run by of Bly, which is a really nice move, by the way. And Parting is finding it so hard to afford. He can't afford anything right now. He can't make anything at all.
Oh, this is crazy, man. Oh, Ravagers and Lings coming in here, trying to have a bit of a party in this base. And there we go. Main base gets evac'd once again. Immortals and Sentries on the hunt. They could cut down those Ravagers, so Bly does have to be careful here. He's droned up to 20, but is still just massing Lings behind this. He's going to depower the Robo in the main. The Ravagers still being nasty at the front of that base. Would love to get that extra gateway. That is the last gateway. It's 1 gateway, 1 Robo production, 9 probe income. Zoning Biles there. Oh,
depowers the robotics facility as well.
Oh, and he could, if he goes for the probes on the right-hand side of the mineral line, he might get 1 or 2. He just dives back into the main, just being annoying, man. You know, when you're like trying to...
more like Bly's actually just going to overwhelm here.
This is insane. I really thought Parting had all the info he needed to stop this. Obviously, like, if you have a Stargate, it's the best against any all-in. You make a Void Ray and you're fine. Damn. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Bile's coming down. Hot pickups trying to save these units. But that's it. Bly. I can't believe it, man. That was sick. Probe is in chat. I'm gonna type to him. I'm gonna say, Probe, biggest thing Parting should have done better.
There is a 2-minute delay, so be careful there.
I typed it. I typed it in chat, so hopefully he can respond immediately. We'll see. Big shout out to the attention seekers. Like, how dare you say you're on Parting's level, pig? There's a reason you're a caster and he's a goat.
Really? Yeah, dude.
There is indeed.
Yeah. Wow.
I bet you're fun at parties.
Yeah, it's always from the people that have never been and never will be as good as you are either.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things as well, right? It's like, is there any way to more clearly be self-effacing in a comment where I'm like,
Yeah.
I took a few maps off him by cheesing when he didn't scout. So then he scouted and went back to beating me 99% of the time. They're like, how dare you fucking say you're as good as him? How dare you? Yes. Well,
Guys, just to reiterate, if anyone does believe this, saying I beat someone on ladder does not mean I am better than them.
well,
there's a
actually,
big difference.
like if you beat someone and they beat someone else, you know that you're better than the person
is
they've
true.
ever beaten as well,
Yeah.
right?
We talked about that last year at I Am Katowice because De Muslim beat Cyril on ladder before that tournament, and we're like, well, DAE, De Muslim, best player in the world.
The banter whenever Ben is at an event between him and Kevin is the best.
Yeah.
They're both telling everyone stories about the most recent times they beat the other one, and then like they're like dancing around it, and one of them will say something. He's like, "How about that game on Triton, man?" And Ben's like, "Oh, I was very tired that day," or something. I don't know. It's just it's hilarious.
I love the excuses. It's my favorite.
It's
I
so
wish I
good
was
because
anywhere near you guys' level and could join in, but all I do is just sit there and laugh at you all.
Oh, I wish I could anymore, man. I just get dumpstered by like Kev and everything. I can't put up a fight to Roddy or
that's so
to
good.
Muslim these days, man.
don't know
They're
how-
too good, man. Those guys are still so good at StarCraft. They are still sick high level.
Roddy always says like, "Oh, how come you don't improve so quickly because of the amount of StarCraft you're playing?" I'm like, "How do you improve?" Like I feel like it's extremely so hard to improve. You're like trying to put on a show as well as play StarCraft, and you need 100% focus on the game. Anyway, in the top left here, this guy, the early drones, it is Bly.
It's a hatch block again by the looks of it.
Yeah, looks it in the bottom right here, representing clowns everywhere. It is parting.
Oh man, what's that old Harston quote about like nation wars and Avalor?
Oh, he said clowns belong in the circus.
Clowns
Yeah, clowns should stay in the circus.
Like, what do you think about the drama with the North American selection of the team? And he's just like shakes his head. Clowns belong in the circus.
That's so sick. That felt like you know that gif of like the rappers all like going oh like, pop around that one dude. That was like one of those situations in my brain.
Harston's the king of one-liners, man. He's got so many good calls.
Certainly.
Cybercore's a bit later, but yeah, just second gate Cybercore, same response from Parting and a second gas as well. So he seems really happy to just be like, no, that's fine. Puts the second pylon down. He's like, I will go 2 adepts and a Stargate, and then I will make a Nexus. And this prepares me for all those layers of blockage. So I want to see if Bly actually adapts this time, and see how he changes it up.
Apparently your mic is still cutting off. I was going to say can't. I'm
Oh,
just
sorry,
responding to
man.
chat here. No, it's not your fault. Not your fault at all. Because if it's not cutting out, if I'm not cutting out on your end, then clearly it's like I'm not receiving you, Pig, as much as I would love to receive you.
No worries. Well, I'm gonna be going for just 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay. I guess I'm solo casting. Pig just left me. Parting going for the Stargate opener. Look, Parting is just similar to game 1. He's going to go for that Stargate opening after this aggressive hatchery block from Bly. And I call it aggressive, even though it's not really, it doesn't involve units. There's been slight adjustments, though. You see that this time Bly did not let the hatchery finish. He's not going to rely on broodlings to do any damage. Just going for the hatchery block. He's keeping the drone alive, and he's continued to be annoying. That still blocks the Nexus. That's super, super annoying here for Parting. That Nexus, when you cancel like this really does delay the Nexus a lot further than just letting the hatchery finish. I think this is a really nice move from Bly. It does cost him, obviously, 75 minerals times 2. It costs him 150 minerals, but that's all right. He continues to move around and be very, very annoying with that drone. Also gets the scout off. And with the Stargate tech, Parting is largely quite safe against whatever early game stuff that the Zerg can throw at you. The Stargate gives you the ability to make not only oracles, but also void rays as well. So if there is something roachy coming out of our Ukrainian Zerg friend, and there will be from time to time, as we saw in game 2, the void ray is very good about dealing with all that business, even though it's expensive and clunky, and I hate losing to it.
Apologies for that. Thanks
That's
for
all right, mate.
holding
Welcome
down
back.
the fort, mate.
That's all right. I had a bit of a spiel about Stargate, and I don't know if you saw it, but Bly went for the natural block with the hatchery, cancel it, and then made another hatchery. And I feel like that's just so much better because it costs less than letting a hatchery finish, and it delays it even more.
Yeah. So no probe pull this time to damage the hatch, I imagine.
He had a handful of probes.
A handful. Okay.
With like maybe 4 or 5 probes with the Zealot. I wasn't paying attention to how many numbers.
Contained on 2 bases a little bit here. Very nice adept micro. Link speed's gonna finish though. Oh, it's still about 10 seconds away. Just a bit too slow. A little bit too slow there.
Should shave to safety. One of them gets caught, but oh, just the last nibble.
They're so slippery. They're just good. Oh, it goes back in again. Parting's such a psycho.
Yeah, now he's going to lose to it. Now he's going to lose all of them.
Gets 2 more. I don't think that was worth it. But, you know, it's that craziness, that willingness to step deeper into the fire when anyone else would turn around that does make Parting difficult to play against. And, oh, is the Oracle going to get the third? No, doesn't quite get it. Actually, he could just turn on both. Yeah, waits for the third to go down and now go laser it. Laser the third base. Kill it. Yeah.
Laser beams.
Lasers.
Parting wants to kill drones. All right.
Yeah, you'll just take it out now, right? Surely. Yeah. I mean, I guess the longer you wait, as long as you're sure you can kill it, you're just delaying it longer, right? It's even longer before they realize what you're doing, even longer before they send another drone down. Creep's not down here, and I mean, Bly's just being kept off a third base for such a long time. That's very, very difficult.
Which is partly his fault because of the way that he started.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, because when you do that kind of thing, when you're blocking your opponent's natural with hatcheries, your third's delayed long enough for the Protoss to have enough stuff to contain you, which is what Parting just did for like the last couple minutes.
I'm wondering if we're going to see mass lings in production after like maybe 10 more drones and just do like a Ling Queen Nidus. But just because that Overlord, but no, the Phoenix finds it anyway, so don't worry. Oracle's going to come around the main. The Queen's pretty well positioned, but there was no Overlord spotting on the edge, so he doesn't know about it until the last second. 1 drone, 2 drones, 3 drones, 4. The Oracle's doing something nice.
And you can hide them in the top left. No range there for the Queen to get him.
Lings don't get anything.
The south left.
Third base going down. Yeah, you can always recall those. Doesn't have doesn't have energy right now, but I mean, just keeping those Queens out of position. Those Oracles useless. They're low on energy, so they need a minute to just chill anyway. This is as good a naughty corner as anywhere else. The Glaive Adepts, how many is that in total? We've got 8 on the map. We have a Roach Warren not finished. Oh no. Oh man.
Oh.
Even if the Roaches were in production, they'd be a little late. But like 39 workers versus 39 workers, you lose even 10, 12 workers here as Bly. It's very hard to deal with.
Yeah, this is really rough. He's making 6, which is all he can make because he also lost his Overlord. So we got the... Oh, actually, another one just popping out. Parting tried to go for the Shade into the natural, but with the full wall off, the Shade got messed with.
Oh, nice wall off. Yeah, even I love that. Oh, cancels it. The Shade's blocking him from rebuilding it though. Roaches are out now, so yeah, this is a little bit more. Oh, I would have actually. I don't know. I was kind of thinking maybe the drones should try to surround there, but I guess that's always a bad idea when there's 8 Glaive Adepts. Yeah, you're like, oh, we'll surround them with the drones, use them as a wall. It's like, no, that wall will get torn down so quick. The Oracle's even going to come in and hold position over the gases at the same time.
Nice.
Oh man, I was saying if 12 workers go down, it's going to be rough. That's 18 drones falling. It's not even done yet.
And keep in mind that while Parting is losing a lot of Adepts and Adepts aren't free, there is a third base up for the Protoss. He's got 47 workers and he's making Immortals back at home. So the counterattack potential here from Bly, you know, it exists, but it's not convincing. Like, it doesn't convince me that his Roaches are going to, like, you know, do similar damage on the other side of the map, or even if they can get across the other side of the map.
Oh my god, that Oracle with its last shot before it ran out of energy takes out the Queen on the third base. And yeah, that's it, man. Gateways going down, Immortals, Sentries, some Adepts there. The Desperation Nidus Worm went behind, threw out the Nidus Worm, man. Doesn't have the same ring as when behind Dark Shrine, but you know, same sort of policy. Can it work? Yeah, technically. I mean, how are you going to spot this? Overseer on the right-hand side of the map. Oracles are in position to spot it. Parting's very aware of the fact that he's way ahead in this game. There's going to be some sort of all-in coming his way.
Yeah, you just keep making Immortals, shield batteries, get your gateways up and running. And,
I'm going to go to Parting's camera, see if he spots this Overseer straight away. Yep. Instantly jumps there. And his whole army... No whole army, just the Phoenix and a few Stalker Warpins, which means you'll see the Nidus immediately, and there's no chance. Bly, he's like, oh man, there's no way it's going to work if you see it straight away. The change is like, oh man, just doing my job, I'm watching things, Zealot, I've gotten the base. And they're like, no man. Yeah. Oh, Roach ambush.
Yeah, who's ambushing who right here?
You know, sometimes you run up to the big guy, you punch him so hard, he's so surprised, he's like, oh, and runs away. But in this case, Parting realizes he is indeed more muscular, more built, and can bench a lot more than Bly's army. So he's just going to keep pushing. Casual 14 adapts, the 2 immortals, of course, being the most important unit. I mean, Bly's army could technically beat this if he lands some great biles. It's just anytime he's in range of the immortals and they're constantly attacking, he'll get wrecked.
Oh. The prison's what really complicates things here as well. That's like the lifeline of this attack.
Yeah.
He's gonna let that shades finish, isn't he? Yes.
The madman. He's like, hello. And like I said, anytime those immortals are attacking, which they are right now, on those roaches, it's just massive damage output. Obviously, the adepts don't add a lot of damage, but they're very meaty. The queens kind of zoning out the prism at the moment. Those immortals are a little exposed. They're not getting focused on. One immortal goes down. Prism's getting very low. The roaches had to retreat there, though. The queens go down, and Parting, I think, he says, I have more numbers than you. And Bly's like, but my numbers are better than your numbers. Ravagers beat Sentry Adept. Need more of them, though. Just a bit too far ahead.
Parting is a very, very good player when it comes to attacking. He's very, very good at it, and he gets himself the W there. Those adepts attacking Bly kind of crippled and decided how this game went on. Like, Parting was just like, oh, after this attack, there is pretty much one option for Bly. He's not going to sit there and make drones. He's going to try and counterattack me. And he read him like a book.
Indeed. It's the 2-1 advantage here for Parting. We'll be going into map 4 briefly. EPT. What is EPT? Says Hectic. EPT is the ESL Pro Tour. This is the big circuit that has been announced for the next 3 years for StarCraft. It has replaced WCS. WCS has evolved. There was the little Squirtle. And I don't know Pokemon. Shit. I'm like, why are you doing a Pokemon? You don't know what a Squirtle turns into. Do you know?
Squirtle turns into
Water Dragon?
Not Blastoise. There's something in the middle, right? No, it is Blastoise, and then Wartortle, I think, is the last one.
My man's a weeb. He knows.
Wait, am I getting that backwards? Dude, I don't know, dude. I haven't seen Pokemon since I was 10.
It's okay. 2 minutes from now, people will verify and correct.
Oh, Twitch chat's gonna be like, well, actually, they all see the sound of simultaneously 500 people pushing their glasses up the bridge of their nose, ready to correct me and my weeb knowledge.
Yeah.
Dude, did they start that game?
Oh shit, you're not in?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm gonna restream.
I'm gonna screen share with you.
Yeah. Screen share. I've done that before.
Restream won't work.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna work unless we don't talk together. So we're gonna have to go off call because I'm gonna have to show you.
All good. It's just like I'm gonna close all my porn tabs.
See. Maybe I can do an application window and I can show you my OBS.
I just do when I do screen share, it just grabs the monitor capture.
Yeah, it's just because this monitor doesn't actually have the game open on it because I've my 2 PC set up.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
All right, I'm gonna so let's cast separately. I'll leave call. I'll call you on my other PC. I'll call you back in a sec.
Man.
All right, guys, give us a sec. We're gonna make sure Maynard has actual call, has visuals. Otherwise, that would suck for him. So we're gonna go. Turn on screen share, stream StarCraft.
With screen share. Okay.
Is it working? I don't know if it's working. All right, guys. Unfortunately, sorry, Maynard didn't get in. We were bantering a bit too much, and here we go. All right, down here in the bottom right, it is Parting. You guys can let me know if it's working in Maynard's stream. I'll double check as well. Parting is going to go for a gateway. No hatch block or anything like that. Bly up here. Parting just needs one more game to win. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could join from multiple. I should probably have 2 Discord accounts is how I could do this, actually. Why have I never thought of that? Then I could have both computers in a Discord call at the same time. I am so silly. That's insane. All right, drones here taking a bit of damage, and that is going to be good. He says it's a little janky, but it is good. Okay. Well, at least it is sharing, even if it is just Discord sharing. Why did WCS get cancelled? Well, it evolved into something better, being run by ESL, basically. But ESL wanted to have their branding on it, I imagine. Okay, Pro being a real dick right now. Bly just was like, dude, leave me alone, man. Oh my god, just stop. 2 Zerglings are in the way. I think that drone's going to try to go to the third. Look, Parting is such a dick. I love it. It's going to go block the third now. Adept is being chrono boosted. Warp gate is on the way. And we've got a Twilight Council there as well. Cool. Adept shading across the map. Probe trying to get home. Takes this third base. Did that probe spot it? It did, right? Yes, it did. Leaving one worker on gas is Bly. Going to open up the opportunity for a quick lair if needed. A second queen in the main. It's a little slow. A little slow on that second queen. What happened with this build order? Why is that second queen so delayed? That's weird. Yeah, that's very, very odd. I'm not sure if this was pull first or not. Sorry. Missed the opening, but if it was pull first, the queen should be even faster. Either way, Lings are going to come for the surround. Parting does take out a drone, but he loses the adept for it. So that's a good trade for Bly. Great defense so far. This Overlord sees the Twilight, and he's getting wrecked by the Stalker. Now, I don't think Bly has seen the Robo, so he sees Twilight. Glaives! Oh man, this is such a good build, guys. So normally when people go Warp Prism with Adepts, you're like, oh cool, you're going to hit not as fast if you skip the Robo or delay the Robo. But I've seen him do this build. This is that Hearthstone special build I was mentioning, I believe, or one of them. Oof. And yeah, basically we're going to see a Warp Prism. That Stalker, I love that. Denying it, shield battery at the front. It's not going to hit that crazy fast, but that's because Bly's pressuring here. He's built some Zerglings, etc. I mean, that shield battery's taking a ton of damage, but yeah, that's cool. Oh, nice cancel. Yeah, should be just fine. Warping the Adept there as well. Prism on the way. So it's going to be one Adept. We'll warp in some more Adepts as these gateways finishing. 4 Adepts warping in at a time. Roche Horns just started. Ooh, it's a while till that finishes, guys. It is a while till that finishes. Warp Prism's going to go across. Go, go, go. Oh, he's waiting for one more. Interesting. Okay. And then I guess it'll be 4 more warping on the front. So 8 Adepts will be hitting about that 5-minute mark. Roaches need to start ASAP. Now, there's lots of supply free. Bly is prepared. 41 drones going up to 44. More than enough. Has rallied the drones onto the gases as well. Has he? I think he did. Yeah, rallied them onto the gases. No lair. No lair, which is actually a great call by Bly. Realizes exactly what he's up against here. And, uh-oh, Adept's coming in. I do really miss Maynard right now, guys. I wish he'd come back, but Parting might just finish it here. And now we'll see exactly how this goes. They're going to shade in. Okay. Ah, man. Got to get those drones out. Run, 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 run. Already 6 workers falling. They're going to shade into the main base. Warp Prism on the right-hand side just chilling for it. And now looks like, I believe, 1 Adept has almost gone down, but still 7 there, man. Ugh. There we go. Roach is finally starting to clean things up. Building Zerglings right now, which makes me think he's trying to go for like a counter roll in. I feel like you should just be rebuilding drones and roaches. Like drones and roaches, drones and roaches. You know you're going to lose a lot. So that can make a big difference. Of course, Zerglings do big damage dealers as these Adepts kind of spread into various mineral lands, but 15 workers killed. That's huge, guys. Behind this, a 3rd base is on the way for Parting. Zerglings, yeah, not going to be effective. It's all about the roaches, right? No, you need to go back. Zerglings are not enough to stop that. Only 2 roaches. That's a commit. He'll go for it for sure. Those Zerglings going to get savagely massacred by those roaches. Not enough roaches split back. 3 queens going to do what they can now. He tries to block with 1 queen, doesn't get into the choke point in time. And good transfuses going down, but the gas mining has been massively interrupted. No more roaches can be afforded right now. More Adepts continuing to warp in. Behind this, 1 Immortal is out. More are about to pop. Those Adepts going to shade in behind that natural. Oof. Oh, man, this is too good. These Adepts have just done too much damage. I do think Bly could be a little better with his handling on the fly, with pulling drones quicker, that sort of thing. But realistically, it's just one of those things. If Adepts get there and you don't have the roaches already out ready to meet them on the edge of creep, it gets bad very quickly. And the 3rd base has now gone down. We've got 3 Adepts in the Prism ready to continue the pressure. Immortals, Sentries, Blink, more Immortals building. A 3rd Immortal queuing up. Bly is going to do it doesn't even have Roach speed. It's just Roaches and Zerglings. No Roach speed. They're going to go off creep and you're going to see them go, oh, it's so slow. Adepts get in that main again. Even more drones losing mining time. A few of them are going to get focused down. Honestly, I mean, this is just Parting showing the class that he's made of. He's so good at being aggressive. And Bly, the guy who likes to disrupt his opponent's build orders, throw them off their game, feels like Parting is just comfortable in the action, comfortable in the chaos. And a lovely force field. Traps 4 of those roaches. Takes them all out in no time for shields on a Stalker and 2 force fields. Making probes, 10 drones start up. Bly will never leave a game until it is truly lost, but I know many Zergs would have just left by this point. Bly is going to try as hard as he can Just do something cheeky. Find a way back in. He's going roach speed. He's droning up. He's got to rebuild his economy to start his path back into this game. But every drone that goes down, so valuable. And might have to recall out of there, but I don't think... Oh, good recall. Lings on the third. They are going to pick off one. Are they going to get a second? Shield battery, too good, man. They want to get 2 probes. But whoa, what is that? Lag. Holy crap, I hope that was not me. Maynard was seeing the same stutters, so there's something going on with the servers. Hopefully the players don't feel it. We are on a central US server here. Bly and Parting, both awesome players playing from very far away, both playing with quite a bit of lag. Of course, one from the Ukraine, one from Korea, meeting on a server in Chicago, I believe is where it is, if memory serves correctly. Stalkers, Immortal Sentries coming forward. More Stalkers, a 4th Immortal. No attack upgrades on either side, no armor upgrades on either side. It's just raw units versus units. The Ravagers aren't quite ready yet. The Stalkers are even going to YOLO. Biles try to land, but almost all, actually every single Bile got dodged there. Parting just headbutting through. He says, there is nothing you can do to stand against me. The power of my Protoss face is awesome, and I will crash it through your measly, weak, freckly ass Zerg visage. And you shall die. And you shall die. GG. Hot damn. So we can turn off screen share. Get Maynard back on.
But GG's and grats to Parting. I'm sorry that the last game looked like that. What up, Pig?
Hey, sorry about that, man. Hopefully it was at least you could
your
tell what
fault.
the units are, I hope.
I could.
Woo!
I could. We did it.
Well,
Man,
big thanks
was,
everyone for watching. Big congrats to Parting. That was just a dominant performance in the finals, right? Looked really, really good there. And I mean, a tight adept pressure that hits so hard, man. And those roaches just not on time. You know, you could tell Bly was like, show me what you're doing. I need to figure out what it is. And I think he just wasn't efficient enough at getting up his economy. That queen in the main was delayed so long at the start of the game. And you know, Parting just in his face. Once the adepts get in there, if you don't already have your roaches ready to intercept them before the first shade starts, it's like so hard. So I don't know. I think Bly did as well as he could, but Parting just great builds, super tight, super aggressive, and smashes it.
And well deserved. He was only 1 map away from getting it done for the 3rd American Open. So really cool to see him finally get that W, eliminate a Zerg in the grand final. Sly put up a great fight,
Ooh.
but you can't shit a shitter. You can't cheese a cheeser. Parting knows his tricks.
Indeed,
He's also one with the dark side.
That's it, brother. And I mean, this was a fun, intense series. A lot of good games today as well. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're watching on my stream, please check out Maynard. If you haven't already, I'm sure you guys, most of you know who we are and enjoy hanging out with us. And there's nothing we enjoy more than being able to hop on and cast together. So whenever we both happen to be doing this, if we're feeling it, I hope to do it more in the future as well. It's always fun to not solo cast, right?
True. I have a good time. Like I'm like getting a little bit more warmed up to doing solo casting, but I'm always and forever going to prefer having a co-caster, especially one that I actually enjoy spending time with. Which now that I think about it, I'm like trying to think of a co-caster that I don't enjoy spending time with, and I can't think of one. We're good like that in the StarCraft community. Most of us that we do the casting gig, we actually get along pretty well. Nice.
That was to the Well, man, thanks for hanging out with me. You